Okay, guys, so we're going to have a look at Martin Wallace's Milito. Martin, it's lovely to talk to you again. What can you tell us about this game?
Okay, this is a two-player only card war game. Okay, the first one is set in an ancient period, so you have Romans, Carthaginians, Gauls, Parthians, and Macedonians. So kind of all the standard armies of that period. Yeah. Okay, so it's designed to be a quick-playing, relatively simple card game, but with enough depth to keep the war gamer happy.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of based on an earlier game I did years ago called Field of Glory. Okay, so it's kind of a development from that. So each player chooses an army. So if you're Republic of Rome, that's your army. So you take those cards, you give them a shuffle, you get a hand of 9 cards, and then you're ready to go. Yeah. Okay. You create a battlefield with 5 terrain cards, which is drawn randomly, so you always have planes in the middle. What you're aiming to do in the game is, if at the start of your turn you control 3 of these columns, then you win the game. So what you're trying to do is switch the control of the columns to your side. So the cards, each of the cards has got a number of pieces of information on it. So it's got how fast the unit moves. Okay, that's important in that the faster a unit moves, if it's hit by something that's slower, it can just simply run away. Then you've got the attack ability, you've got the defense ability, and then you have how much it costs to put down on the board. So this means if I want to put this down, I've got to chuck another card away from my hand. And then this also means if I'm going to put it in a flank, I've got to pay an extra card. Okay? So, so most of your units are kind of infantry units, but somewhere in here we have leaders. Okay, so you've got a certain number of leaders. Now, these leaders add to your combat ability, but they will also might have a special rule that goes with them. And that's how we've managed to introduce the particular flavor of each of the things. So as well as having different units, there are also different leaders which in particular situations will give you a bonus of some kind. Yeah. Okay? For instance, one of the Carthaginian cards says, you know, if you control both flanks, then the other player has to discard their hand down to 3 cards. So it kind of simulates a kind of encirclement that you had at Cannae. You know,
shutting down your opponent's options.
Yes, yeah. So during the game, you're getting units down in columns. If the opponent's got a unit in there, then you can attack. Basically, when you attack, you choose another card face down, and that's going to add, if it's got a command value, add to it. So if you play a normal card, it's not going to. If you play a leader, then it will add its value to the strength here. So that's, so the opponent, when they're attacked, if they're faster, they can choose to run away, and then nothing happens. Okay, you don't. So if they choose to stay and fight, they can play a card and add it to theirs, and highest wins. So again, you have that bluff thing, because it's like I might have heavy infantry here, and you might have a light infantry unit, and normally I would just beat you. You know, as long as I put down a semi-decent card, and so normally you should run away. So I don't want to play a good card on that, because you're going to run away. Why do I want to waste one of my good cards when you're going to run away? So I might play a rubbish card on it, and then you might go, actually, I'm not going to run away. I'm going to stay and fight. And oh, look, I played the card that gives my light infantry a really good bonus, and I just beat up your heavy infantry. So, you know, again, you have that, again, poker element. Are they going to stay, or are they going to run away kind of thing? And also, I mean, what about policing? It means there's, in this game, light cavalry are awesome. Because normally light cavalry is like, well, they're cavalry, but they're rubbish. But in this, they're great because they're really cheap to put down. And anything that attacks them, or they just run away. But that, you only take control of a column if you win the battle. If the other side doesn't fight, you don't take control of the column. So you're trying to pin the other person. You're trying to make them stay and fight. If they run away, you've achieved nothing.
It sounds absolutely fascinating. Martin, is the game available at the moment, yes?
Yes, it is. There are copies on the booth, so yes, I think It's only just recently been published, so it's all minty fresh. And so, yeah, I think...
Fantastic. Well, that is Milito by Martin Wallace by PSC Games.